you have dominion over matter and energy. So manifestation in your life becomes effortless and becomes real. You adopt a real relationship with manifestation, meaning you have the courage, the guts, you have the heart, you have the authenticity and the truth, you have the discernment, the clarity and the vision, you have the wisdom to create your life, my friend, and nothing can stop you. Do you understand the power that you have now? So, I'll talk to you about something very interesting right now, which is the different energy points that you have in your body and how you're gonna use this knowledge to transcend more and more in your life and to unlock some superpowers. Let me give you some very interesting perspective on this, okay? First of all, you have a positive pole. Well, first of all, you have 7 energy bodies, 7 chakras, 7 energy points, correct? Okay. People don't realize, people don't talk about this enough. You only hear about the chakras and whatever, but they're not only cavities of energy that are responsible for vital functions in the body. They're also translated, obviously, psychologically and emotionally and behaviorally, right? Therefore, the better your connection with these points, the more you can elevate your behavior, your emotions, your mental patterns, your actions regarding these energy points. What do I mean by that? Each energy point, if they're blocked, you're probably suffering the shadow aspect of that energy point. But once you integrate, once you open them, unlock them, and integrate them, you now unlock the an extra layer, an extra ability that that energy point gives you. Okay, so think about 7 abilities that you may have but have been dormant until now. Okay, think about this. They're all responsible for different things, and we're going to go through them right now. When you unlock them, you not only have access to the extra abilities that each energy point gives you, not only that, you also unify the positive pole that you have with the negative pole that you have down here, and you transcend duality. And when you transcend duality, you reach singularity. When you reach singularity, that means you have transcended energy and matter. And you've reached an experience of singularity, meaning consciousness itself. Okay? So, and then you reach what they call as above, so below. Okay? So, think about this. Okay? You have down here, right, right where you're, well, the first center, it's where your genitals are. Then right below the navel, you have another one here, right here. You can breathe through them and you can feel them, okay? Right where your genitals are, there's a cavity. That's the first center that's responsible for reproduction, okay? Then right below your navel, you can breathe through it. You're gonna feel another cavity here. This is responsible for consumption and digestion, okay? We're going to talk about this, how this applies in your real life as well, okay? So digestion actually means, and consumption, they actually mean the consumption of everything, of information, okay, of substance, of everything, okay? And then we're gonna go through what unlocking them represents, okay? Then you have the third energy center, which is right here where your adrenal glands are, okay? This is the solar plexus. You might have heard of it, of course. This is the seat of your ego, the adrenal glands, responsible for adrenaline and cortisol release. This is vital for your survival in the environment, dealing with danger, dealing with threat. This is the seat of your survival drive, what we call the ego. Okay, just imagine the amount of energy that you have in these three centers, the first three centers of your body, the survival centers. The first three centers are responsible strictly for survival. Okay, and we're going to talk about what they look like once you unlock them. They flourish. It's amazing, and you can actually feel this in your body consciously. Okay, it's crazy. So then you reach the fourth center, which is the heart plexus. This represents the unity of both poles, both extremes. This is the middle ground. This is the unity. Just imagine the potential that exists right here. Literally unity. Literally the the catalyst for the unity of singularity is right in the middle. It's the center of the cycle right here. The intersection of these two right there, like this. They intersect. And it's almost like they're intersecting right here in your heart. This is a very powerful place to have your awareness on. Okay. Then you have your throat chakra or throat energy center. Then you have the third eye, which some people call the first eye, because this is a window to different dimensions. They all are. They all are. This is a window for mystical experiences. This is a window for the dream world, the subconscious mind. And then you reach the crown chakra, which is the pituitary gland, which you can feel it here if you focus on it. Okay? You can breathe through each one of them. And you're going to see, and you're going to feel, I don't feel any cavities on my shoulder. I don't feel any cavities on my ears, but I feel at the top of my head. I feel it right here. I feel it here. I really feel it here. You can all feel as you breathe through them. You feel it in your chest. You can breathe through your chest. You can breathe through the solar plexus. You can breathe through the stomach, which is the navel, and you can breathe through the cavity of your perineum, which is where the genitals are. So, okay, let's go through what each one of them represent now. Okay, first, let's say that let's look at the aspect, the shadow aspect, meaning if they're unlocked, if they're unbalanced. Okay, the first one, which is in your perineum, in the genital area, you're gonna have problems with sex drive. If they're unbalanced, you're gonna have problems with insecurity in sex. You're gonna have problems with orgasm. You're gonna have problems with sexual impulsivity. Okay, masturbation, things like that. Okay, so if you don't have that center, that part of you, literally, that cavity there, okay, if there's no awareness, enough awareness where that point becomes liberated and you can thrive, you can't experience the good function of that center. And you're left out with that center being somehow imbalanced. Okay? So dysregulated, right? Then you come to the below the navel, which is digestion and consumption. If this is not unlocked, if this is just not regulated, you fall easy for consumption. You don't have the elevated filter to consume the right things. You fall easily for distractions, and you fall easily for your cravings. Food or substances, or just compulsive desires, compulsive cravings. You fall for that. Okay? Um, whereas, well, we're going to talk about unlocking them after I go through all of them. Solar plexus, problems with the ego, shame, fear, right? Um, just not having energy, not having willpower to thrive in the environment. Okay, anger issues, all that, because this is the seat of the ego. What is the shadow aspect of the ego? Because people think of ego as just being negative. No, ego is the primary phenomena of individualization of a human. It's consciousness turning into form until it unfolds into a body that needs to have an ego, okay, to survive. Because you need to eat, or you need to, the ego is there, your heart is still beating, okay. So ego is not a bad thing, okay. um, the shadow aspect of the ego, an immature, dysregulated ego is a problem, just like anything else in the world. If it's, it has to be coherent. But anyways, solar plexus dysregulated, problems with the ego, okay. Then you go up here, you can open your heart, you can unify survival and creation. By the way, the four higher centers, they're centers of creation. The three first ones are survival, and the other four are responsible for creation. What does that mean? The first three are survival in the environment. The other four are transcendence in the environment. Once the basic physical needs are covered, what's left? What's left? You were made to thrive. There's a machine that's working for that. Okay? When you unlock and you regulate these centers, the potential becomes limitless. Very interesting stuff. And it reflects in your behavior, in your emotions, in your thoughts, in real time, in your practical daily life. Living with a heart that is closed, you can't relate with the world correctly. You can't open yourself to people, right? You can't feel love. You probably deal with hate. Okay, a heavy closed heart can't appreciate anything, right? Can't really feel love, can't open themselves. This is a big thing. Okay, this is a big thing. If you can't open yourself to the world, you're gonna feel resentment right here, as if you're feeling like you're not loved, because you're suppressing the very machine that pulsates life to you, and you don't have a good relationship with it, because that's what your emotions and your life in the environment, that's how you read the situations in your environment, right? You judge people, that's not good enough, or whatever. You hold resentment towards your parents, or whatever it is, the world, whatever it is. This becomes clogged, it becomes closed, right? And you feel it, and you feel it, you can feel it, and your heart can even come to collapse if you're a person that has lived a life completely shut off, right? Then you have this. This is the seat of authenticity and expression, self-expression. This is the throat chakra. This is literally, you can open this up, and if you have it dysregulated, you can't express yourself. This is the fear, if it's not regulated, the fear of speaking your truth to the world. That's why some people stutter, right? And I'm not saying that these people are afraid to, because I'm not talking about necessarily the condition of having a speech impediment. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying when I was younger, for instance, I used to stutter, meaning I used to have a problem expressing myself. I would pause too much, I would stutter, I would, that's basically fear of expressing yourself. I knew I had so many ideas, but in the environment where I grew up, how can I say these things? People are going to think I'm crazy, right? Especially when you're young, you know? So that's it. I've been through that, right? Not being able to speak my truth. So it literally, everything makes sense. You're trying to express, you're trying to put energy out. There's an output of energy that wants to happen, but because everything is not aligned and because this is not regulated, literally, physically, you see how energy and matter are connected? You have something in your mind that you want to express, but because you're not regulated, physically, it physically stops you from saying it. Your nervous system does that. Isn't that crazy? That's fantastic. Fascinating. You come up here. This is the third eye. This is discernment. This is perception. If you don't have this regulated, you can see things clearly. You can perceive. It's judgment. You can perceive things in your favor. Nothing. Right? And then you have this right here, which is basically wisdom. Okay? So this is like clarity. You can't see things clear. You don't see things for who they are. It's like this is blocked. That's why you frown like that. That's how you frown like that. Because if you were relaxed, you'd be looking deep into someone's soul and looking at the world like relaxed. Or do you think you can really enjoy the ultimate level of perception? Just really like the eyes of, like, imagine Jesus or Buddha looking at you. Is he frowning? There you go. There's no analysis. It's just experience and love. Ultimate clarity right here. And if you don't have clarity, you're just frowning. You're just like, that's bad. This is blah, 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 right? And then this is wisdom, the epitome of just the energy centers, the peak, right? So if this is not regulated, probably you can't come to a complete understanding of things. You're probably confused. Probably God doesn't make sense, correct? Because you haven't had that part figured out yet, right? Now let's unlock what they represent when they are unlocked, when they have been accessed, when you have tapped into, when you've balanced all of them, and you have tapped into not only the integration of all of them, but the extra power, the extra ability that exists in each one of them. Okay? First, reproduction. You have complete dominion over your sexual drive. Complete dominion over your sexual drive. And your desires, sexual desires, and all that. Okay? Below the navel, you have, oh, and by the way, in the perineum area, that cavity right there, you have control over orgasm. Literally. Okay, these are vital functions in the body. When you bring awareness to those points, you have, it's almost like you're shining light on something that was ignored and in the shadows. Okay, and just like everything else, if you're experiencing the shadow version of it, then you're experiencing with you're dealing with the non-awareness of it. You won't be able to experience the awareness of feeling the good thing that center has to give you. Whereas if you shed light on it, then you consciously can access the potential, the extra potential that exists there. Simple as that. Each center is responsible for a function. If I focus on that center, I can open that center and I can experience literally that center and the function and the power, the extra power and the extra ability that that center gives me. It's very interesting. Very interesting. Like attention, it's the medium, like awareness, focus is the medium through which you navigate in experience. If you focus on your heart and you open it and you literally put all of your awareness here and focus on it and focus, or on your throat, and you start opening these things, you will, after the information comes in and it's integrated, you will start being able to enjoy the extra power that that center gives you. Okay? And the very few people have access to it, let alone doing it consciously. Okay? So let's go through the centers again. The first one, when you unlock the first one, is total dominion over sex drive, orgasm, and anything related to that, desires. Okay? Basic desires. Maybe sexual desires. Okay? Then below the navel, very interesting. You have dominion over cravings, dominion over the material world, dominion over impulsivity, compulsion. It's like food, substances, all of that. You're the one, you're the ruler. You're the king or the queen of that experience. You don't fall prey to your cravings. Okay, that's your relationship with the navel, but with the energy center that's located here. Okay, then you go up, solar plexus right here, upper abdomen right here, this area, the gut right here. Okay, if you unlock this, you know who you are in the environment. You have no problems with your ego. You have no inferiority nor superiority complex. You know who you are. You have infinite willpower. Okay, you can do whatever you want, and if you stimulate that area, it's very interesting. Okay, you really have willpower. Okay, it's interesting. It's very strong. Then you go to the heart. Once you open your heart, you feel unified with everything. With everything. This is a very powerful pole, very powerful energy center that gives you, it pumps life into you. So if I connect to this, I'm pumping life outside of me. Is infinite energy right here. Love, life, energy, nutrients in the form of chemicals and emotions and elevated thoughts that can take me anywhere. Okay? Then you have this. Once you unlock this, nobody can stop you, your communication. You're not afraid of showing your truth. What do you think all these things represent on a day-to-day basis in your behavior and how you act with people, how you talk to people, how you interact with the world, who you are in your destiny, where you're going, in your day-to-day basis? What do you think they look like? Literally, they're centers for vital functions in the body. They hold most of the potential that exists in the body. So once you unlock this, it's truth, authenticity, and expression. You're not scared of saying who you are, and your feelings, communication, clear communication. Some people are scared of speaking, even with their spouse or their boyfriend or girlfriend. They're scared of saying what they're feeling. But once you start opening all of these, you feel it clearly. Now you have a greater relationship with what you're feeling. Then you can say it. It's almost like a natural pyramid that's created, a natural scale that's created, right? Then, because you feel it, then you got to say it, right? And here you see it. You see things for what they are. Ultimate discernment, clairvoyance. You can predict, you can read things that people can't read. Okay? This gives you dominion over communication, dominion over connection, dominion over the ego, dominion over what you see, perception, enhanced perception, different level perception. All of these ones they open dimensions that are magical. They're magical. Each one of them are magical in their own unique way. It's beautiful. It's fascinating. This one is ultimate clarity and discernment. You can see the snake approaching if you have to. You can enter the mystical world through this is the door. And this is wisdom, understanding, spiritual understanding and knowingness, spiritual knowingness. You can open this literally. If you stimulate this enough, you can open the top of your head energetically, and you can feel like this. There's an open lid here, and there's a gush, or there's a spring of energy coming in and out of light. Okay, of light. All right. By the way, this is why you see so many halos. The halo, what is the halo? This is open. If you go to church, sometimes there's like behind the images, there's like the painting is like it's clear here with light, because this is open, guys. This is open. It's open energy, open potential. This is spiritual wisdom and understanding. Once you open all of these ones, as above, so below, something magical happens. You transcend duality and you reach singularity. What does that mean? What does that mean, guys? What does it mean in your daily life to reach singularity? It means that you have stopped navigating through duality. You have connected to consciousness and existence itself. That's why meditating is so important, because you're basically focusing on aligning all of these superpowers you got, and then going through life aligned, maintaining that alignment. And once your body integrates all of this, maybe in the beginning it doesn't make sense, but little by little, once you start settling into your nervous system and relaxing, and you open all these things, and you feel the breath taking over, and you're very relaxed, and then a couple of days pass, and all this information starts being integrated into you. You become a completely different human being. Simple as that. You become a completely different human being. It's a different relationship with existence. A different relationship with existence. So you reach this transcendence, singularity. What do you think that represents in your daily life? Whatever you think about it. Everything is open now. There's no separation. You have reached singularity. You have merged. You have unified the poles. So, what does that mean? You know who you are. You feel it. You say it. Whatever you feel whatever you feel that you have to do, you go there and do it. Whatever you see, if it's not aligned to the truth of who you are, to the truth of existence, you say it. You don't fall for down here, you don't fall for compulsive survival drive, cravings, desires. No, you have dominion over all of these things. You have dominion over dimensions of body and mind, my friend. You reach singularity. Isn't that beautiful? You have the potential inside of you, all the doors for you to open, all the extra layers for you to tap into sacred information that is available to everybody, but very few decide to tap into. Life is magical. Life is magical. And once you merge the two, then it is as above, the positive pole, so below, the negative pole. That means also you have dominion over matter and energy. So manifestation in your life becomes effortless and becomes real. You adopt a real relationship with manifestation, meaning you have the courage, the guts, you have the heart, you have the authenticity and the truth, you have the discernment, the clarity and the vision, you have the wisdom to create your life, my friend, and nothing can stop you. Do you understand the power that you have now? And this is just one thing that you have. This is just one thing you can do in the infinity of things that you can do to change your life and live better and better and better and better every time. Just being who you are. Just now realizing the truth about yourself. Just the truth. So many truths about yourself that we don't hear. Nobody's here to tell us in the right way. When you unlock all these things, the game of life is yours. You have dominion over creation. You know, you have a vision, you go for it. There's no, because fear is coming from here. Not having a vision is coming from here. Not being able to find the truth about yourself or whatever, or not speak it to the world, comes from here. Not being able to feel it comes from here. There you go. What else do we need in a world of infinite tools that the very God bless us, the very God has given us to explore more and more and learn to exist better. God bless you.